Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be the game you didn't know you were playing. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So the game I am referring to, it's the narcissistic relationship. You did not know what narcissism was because you weren't taught this in school. And I hammer that point home in each and every video recently to let you know that you weren't prepared for the relationship that you entered. You did not know that there were people out there that did not have your best interest at heart. And you didn't know that there were people out there that were manipulating you, that were playing games with you, that were telling you A, B, and C and doing X, Y, and Z. That there were people that really did not want you to succeed or to excel or to discover that you are a beautiful, abundant person. These people, the narcissists, they entered your life. Maybe you were born into a narcissistic family. Maybe it was your lover or your partner. Maybe it was a friend, coworker, colleague, neighbor. Who knows who the narcissist was or is? Point being is you were playing a game. You were participating in this thing called life. Now, your life to you and my life to me, we take it very seriously. We want to have the best experiences during our life. That's why we are the beautiful, bright, shining lights that I speak of on the channel, because we want to fill our cups and we want to see people succeed and excel and live their best life. That is not what the narcissist wants. What the narcissist wants is to have you become an extension of them, to play the game, to keep you trapped in the narcissistic fog, to never have you figure out who they are. This is all on purpose. It's by design. This is the sick, twisted way the narcissist gets supply. Your misery, your discomfort, your pain, your sorrow, your grief, you're working for the narcissist. These are all the things that fuel the narcissist. They do not want you ever to succeed. They don't want you to figure out who they are. They are playing games with you. And I'll give you some illustrations right now. Let's say when you were in the relationship, if you would text the narcissist. Again, of course, I'll say this once, but this is when you didn't know that the narcissist was the narcissist. But you would text them, and then they would get back to you. Sometimes they wouldn't. Sometimes they would leave you on hold. Sometimes they would read the message and they wouldn't get back to you. Sometimes they would claim that they didn't have cell phone service, etc. These are all games. They're the texting games of the narcissist. They're the waiting games of the narcissist. They are the games that the narcissist plays with everybody who doesn't have the wisdom. Now again, in the beginning of that relationship, when you were with the narcissist, you were a kind, loving, stable, healthy person. And the narcissist probably entered that relationship with you while they were wearing a mask. They were hoodwinking you. They were manipulating you. They were becoming assimilated with you. They learned about your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations. They learned about what you wanted to do in the future, what you had done in the past, and what your goals were. And when they did this, they told you that, yeah, this sounds great. I can do that with you. This sounds beautiful. Right, let's get married. Let's move in together. Let's raise a family. Let's go into business. Let's start a website. Whatever they wanted to do, they had you put your guard down. But back then, remember, you did not know that this person, the narcissist, did not have your best interest at heart, and they didn't care about you as a human being. They cared about what you provided for them. They cared about your money, your time, your energy, your effort, your love, your empathy, your social circle, your status, the beach houses, the trips around the globe, whatever you offered for them. That's what the narcissist wanted. The narcissist looks at each and every person as an opportunity. And people who don't know their value and people who don't know their worth, or empaths, or people who haven't experienced the narcissistic abusive cycle or relationship yet, these are the people that are most prone to falling into the relationship because they don't know what they are up against. And at one point, that was you. It certainly was me. Now, we are acquiring the wisdom. We are getting the tools and we are paying it forward. We are understanding that we are the priority. We come first, second, and third. When we were in the relationship with the narcissist, that relationship to us was something that we were building on. We were working towards goals. We were wanting to grow old with the narcissist. We thought that things were really, really headed in the same direction. But then somewhere along the way, maybe you got married, relocated with them, etc., had a child, or you lost a loved one, or your health took a hit, or your finances went to zero, when any and or all of those things happened, that's when the narcissist A looked for your replacement, or maybe they did before then, B, but that's when the whole twisting of the relationship shifted on a dime. That's when they knew that you were in an extremely vulnerable position, and that's when they said to themselves, let the games begin. Now again, your life is a serious thing. Your life, it's to be honored and cherished, and it's precious and it's valuable. And we don't want to be spending our lives with people that are toxic. But the narcissist, again, they wore a mask, they got close to us, they infiltrated our time and our circle. Next thing you know, perhaps we fell in love with them. The narcissist could not and cannot fall in love with you or with anybody. They have no empathy, and they don't know what it is to feel or express love or to give it. All of these things I'm mentioning to you were nothing but games to the narcissist. How long could the narcissist string you along? How long would you last in the relationship? How often could they just press the gas pedal of abuse and you would come right up to them and talk to them and say, hey, what's going on here? Like, you told me you would be ready at 5 o'clock on a Friday and it's 7:30 and I've been waiting to pick you up outside of the office for 2.5 hours. What are you doing? These are just tiny examples of what happens in the narcissistic relationship, but everything is bizarre world. What is up is down, what is left is right, what is in is out. There is no substance or core to the narcissist. These people are hollow, empty shells. And what they do is they look for people who don't know how valuable they are, and that is you. And they try to extract their resources. But this is nothing but a game to the narcissist. Think about how many times the narcissist would be on their smartphone when they would be sitting right next to you. Well, were they working? They claimed they were working, or they claimed they were checking in with people, but those people, most of those times, those people turned out to be supply sources. Now, why I say that is because A, the narcissist can't sit still. B, they need their smartphones like we breathe oxygen. And C, they were stringing you along. They were making it seem like, yes, maybe they were sitting right next to you and on their cell phone frequently, and they would chuckle and giggle. But what was really happening? What was really happening there is they were looking at you, and they were observing you while they were texting the new supply or other sources of supply, and they were giving you the smirk, or that you could see the big blackness of the pupils of their eyes, and then they would say to you, "Oh, everything's good. What about you? What are you doing?" And you're like, "Oh no, everything's fine. Everything's great." You didn't know back then what you were up against. You do know now. And everything to the narcissist, it's a game. It's a game of manipulation. It's a game of accumulation. It's a game of broken hearts. It's a game of broken relationships. It's a game for your life. Now, understand what I'm sharing here. When you were in the relationship, that was the most challenging relationship you had ever been a part of. And if you know what I'm talking about, drop comments below. When the relationship ended, let's say you were discarded, or if you ended it yourself, either way, my heart goes out to you. You had to do something very important from that relationship. And what was it? That's right, you had to heal. What did the narcissist have to do when that relationship ended? They had to do nothing. They had to do absolutely zero, because what they did is they went on to the new supply or other new sources of supply or the recycled past relationships. These people, the people that haven't healed, or maybe they're toxic themselves, but there is no introspection on the part of the narcissist. There's no accountability. There is no honesty, authenticity, or genuineness on the narcissist's behalf. All you have there is smoke and mirrors, and you have a wake of destruction in the past of the narcissistic relationships. Decimated were the people that were in the relationships that weren't the narcissist. Think of all the parental alienation that takes place. Think of all the blame shifting, the gaslighting, the stonewalling, the smear campaign, the triangulation, my least favorite thing these people do. These are all the tools that the narcissist implements on their targets. And at one point, that was you. Again, it certainly was me. But all of these things are nothing but games to the narcissist. The narcissist doesn't look at relationships the way you do. They don't look at them as something to be built, something to create, and something to live for and honor and cherish and respect. The narcissist cares about one person, and it is certainly only themselves. They don't care about their immediate family members. They don't care about their spouses or their boyfriends, girlfriends, or friendships or any of that. Now, they may appear that way on the exterior. But again, remember this, when you were with the narcissist everything seemed all puppies and rainbows on the outside world when you were with the narcissist many times, didn't it? Yes, it did. That is the appearance. That is the beautiful paint job on a car, a used car that doesn't work or operate, because underneath the hood of that used car, i.e. the narcissist, there's nothing to them. All they do is mimic back to people, and they regurgitate and recycle people's ideas and words, and they steal from people. They steal people's time, money, energy, effort, love, health, relationships. This is what the narcissist does. They're a parasite, and they know it. Now, are they ever going to tell you that? No, of course they're not. Do they continue to go around the planet blowing up relationships all the time, left, right, and center? Yes, they do. That's their nature. That's why you must get the tools, and you must understand that going no contact with these people, blocking them, deleting them, removing all flying monkeys and people associated with them is the path. If you can't, I understand. Utilize gray rock, become dull and boring, and get off the radar of the narcissist. But the narcissist is always playing games. And you need to understand something here. When I say games, I don't say it lightly, like, let's go play a game of Monopoly. I'm talking they're playing games with your life, with your very existence, with what makes you you. They will do anything they can to blow up people's lives. Now you may say, well, Andrew, you're being a little dramatic there. No, I'm not. If you've ever been in a narcissistic relationship, you know exactly what I'm talking about. These people will take anything they possibly can, and they will throw away a relationship of 5 years, 10 years, 30 years, 50 years, just like it's a sheet of paper crumbled up on the freeway. They don't care about anybody. And when the discard happens, again, if you were discarded, my heart goes out to you. And yes, I repeat that message because it is not a fun experience to go through. Then again, the narcissistic relationship in general is not a fun thing to go through. But when the narcissist ends these relationships, they go on so quickly, like as if nothing ever happened. And many times they want to erase the past because it's all a game. This part of the game is the gaslighting game. It's the part of the game where the narcissist gets to they get to paint the past with a different paintbrush. That's why they gaslight. That's why they use the smear campaign. They want to erase all of the past or act like it never happened, and then they go on to the new supply and they play the victim, or they say that you are the worst person in the world, the person that they just discarded. The whole thing is the whole narcissistic abusive cycle. It's set up absolutely one way that benefits the narcissist. Now think about what I'm sharing with you. Is your life a game? No, it's not. Your life is your life, and it's precious, and you're fortunate to be on the planet one more day, as am I. The thing with the narcissist is they look at the new day, which will be tomorrow, or maybe it's today for you. Maybe you're waking up and consuming the video right now, and if you are, God bless you. But they look at the new day as a new opportunity to destroy, to take, to lie, steal, manipulate. This is exactly what they want to do. Now, are they doing it 24/7? No, they're not. Because in between all of their chaos and confusion and manipulation, they're planning, they're plotting, they're vetting new sources of supply. They're looking for the next new shiny object. They are open to enter any relationship with anybody as long as it will benefit them. That is why so frequently the new supply won't look like you, they won't act like you, they won't talk like you, they'll be nothing like you. And you're saying, what is this? Like this person I was married to for 10 or 15 years, they always told me they loved long brown hair and they loved blue eyes or whatever the skin colors things are. But this person looks exactly opposite. Why? Because the narcissist doesn't care. They don't care about anything. The thing is, that person that I just gave the example of, a hypothetical example, that person's providing something for the narcissist. So they don't care what the person looks like. What they care about is the bank account, the zeros, the trips to Tahiti, the vacations. This is what the narcissist cares about. And also what they care about is extracting as much as they possibly can from people. Think about this part for a moment. Again, your life is your life. It's not a game. But to the narcissist, your life is nothing but a game that they can try to manipulate and take as much as they can from you. But think about this. When you were caught up in the trauma bond, the most challenging place to be, a place you didn't even know existed, a place you weren't taught about, but that's where you were living or existing in the devaluation stage. When you were caught up in the trauma bond, you didn't even know what you were up against, but you were placed there because the narcissist had you perhaps fall in love with them when they knew they couldn't fall in love with you, and that was a game to them. That's why post-relationship, if the narcissist is trying to hoover you or draw you back into the relationship, whether it's for a minute, an hour, a day, week, month, year, decade, lifetime, that is how weak and frail the narcissist is. But at the same time, you need to remember, the narcissist is always testing. They're testing to see if you got the wisdom, if you applied the tools, if you went no contact, if you figured out that they are a narcissist. And if you haven't, and you left the door open, and let's say that you didn't figure out that they were a narcissist yet, well then what happens? Well, they're going to go back to you if they can, and they're going to try and draw you back into that relationship again if you haven't broken the trauma bond, if you haven't healed, if you haven't processed everything you need to process about the relationship, because it's a game to the narcissist. It's catch and release. How many times can they get you to go back to that relationship that never served you? How many more rounds of punishment will they be able to dish out? How many times will they be able to tell you A, B, and C that they've changed, that they've found the Lord, that they've healed, that they've seen a therapist, that you're the love of their life, that they can't do without you? That is all nothing but a show. It's nothing but an acting game. It's nothing but smoke and mirrors. It's meant to draw people, unsuspecting people or people who haven't healed, back into the relationship again. That is why the narcissist goes from person to person, place to place, relationship to relationship, because they can't A, sit still, B, sustain any healthy relationship, and C, they don't want to be figured out. But they need to continue to believe that no one will ever figure them out. They need to continue to believe that they're the smartest person on the planet and that they are entitled to do whatever they want to without any consequences. That's why, again, if you're divorcing the narcissist, or if you already have, that's one of the most trying and challenging experiences to go through, because the narcissist doesn't just want to do the right thing, sign the papers, divide the assets, split the custody, and just go away and live their life. No, they want to administer as much pain on you, play the waiting game with you to divorce the narcissist, try and get custody of the children when they don't even want the children, try and get as much of your assets when they did nothing to deserve the assets. In other words, they probably went into the relationship with nothing, and they try to take everything from you because they saw you had a large bank account. Understand what I'm sharing with you. Nothing to the narcissist is as it is and or should be to you, meaning you are a genuine, honest, authentic, stable, healthy person. The narcissist is nothing but a taker. And what they want to do is take, and take. And when they're done, they want to do what? That's right. They want to take more, because they believe what is theirs and what is yours is theirs. This is how the narcissist goes through life. It's nothing but a game of accumulation, a game of broken hearts, a game of hiding, a game of changing the mask, a game of manipulation, and a game of being as callous and shallow and hollow of a human being as they can possibly be. This is the life of the narcissist. But your life is not a game. But yet when you enter that relationship, you did not realize that perhaps you fell in love with someone who did not have your best interest at heart, and it was nothing but a game to them, because they can wear the mask as easily as you breathe air. They can change that mask. That's what they do. That's what they're doing right now. No matter where they are on the planet, that's exactly what they're doing. They're manipulating not just one person, multiple people. And that is what they need. They need disruption, confusion, they need misdirection, they need the smear campaign, they need triangulation, they need gaslighting. All of these things is what makes the narcissist filled. They want to play games. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the chilly Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that you are not alone. I love you all. God bless you. Have a great evening, and I will talk to you tomorrow. And remember, life is not a game. What a game is, it's a sporting event or a game of Monopoly, like I mentioned earlier. A relationship is not a game, but that is exactly how the narcissist sees relationships, as games. That's why they do what they do. That's why they play the texting games. That's why they make plans and break them. That's why they ruin vacations, birthdays, and holidays. That's why they want to enter relationships with people that don't know what's going on, because it fills them up with supply. The more they can manipulate people, and the more they can be the puppet master in people's lives and ruin people's lives, the more supply they get. And yes, they do like negative supply more than positive supply. I've mentioned that in videos in the past. I'm going to say it again. Narcissists get supply from your energy, from your emotions, positive emotions or negative. And I believe, sincerely, they like the negative emotions better than the positive ones, because if they can change places with you and have you stuck in that low vibrational quagmire state, in other words, perhaps even experiencing reactive abuse, that's where they want you. They want to shift energy with you. They want to steal your beautiful, bright, shining light and keep you trapped in that narcissistic fog. Guys, it is cold. I'm going to talk to you tomorrow. Have a great evening. I love you all. Bye.